Okay, everyone, it seems we are live now. And if you watch the recording, we are live doing the recording. Welcome to Love Your Love Muscle, our weekly or sometimes bi-weekly podcast about everything heart-focused related. Heart-based living, heart-focused living, living from the heart, heart-focused meditation, and often we talk about meditation and self-regulation with focus on the heart. I'm Seb, I'm the founder of the Transformational Meditation Group, doing these podcasts every week. And our group is about using meditation and self-regulating techniques to transform your life and the lives of others. So if you're new to this podcast, if you're new to this show, if you're new to the Transformational Meditation Group, check us out. You find all the links in the description, in the podcast recording or on Odyssey, and you can join us on Patreon as well, where you see the video. If you're now listening to the recording only, our patrons get the video recording, and we're also on Telegram. So yeah, this week, we are going to talk about mantras. What are they? What are they not? How to use them, when to use them, where not to use them. So we're going to talk about that, and of course we're going to do a mantra-based meditation session, a short one, just to get you going, get you interested in using mantras as a meditation technique or during your meditation. What is it not? Mantras, what is it? Why should we use it? In its purest essence, what I've learned, at least from my teacher, is that mantra is the same as a sound. A sound without any particular meaning, actually. It's all about the vibrations and the frequency. And that is from what I've learned, the true meaning behind a mantra. You recite it, you utter it, often repeatedly, several times during a session, during a meditation session, and it helps you in that vibrational state. And we're going to do a mantra, a very well-known one, and I will explain the meaning behind it, or not the meaning, but the purpose of it, the purpose of that particular sound and what it does to us. Because a sound is creation. Sound is a frequency. Everything we have around us, our whole reality, is a frequency, a vibration. It's information in energy. And when we can manipulate it, we can play with that reality, we can play with that information by using our consciousness, our will, to use sounds. A thought is an energy, a sound is an energy. It changes information in the quantum field. It changes information in our body as well. It changes our state of being. It changes our energy centers. So that's what we're going to focus on in our meditation. Another meaning behind mantras that you might have heard, is actually affirmations. For many years ago, I found out that, especially in the West, mantras are no longer sounds, they are being exchanged with affirmations. I don't really think personally that that's a mantra, it's just an affirmation. And you can use it in a similar way during a meditation session, of course, and just utter that sentence, that meaning, over and over again. But it doesn't really change. It doesn't really change reality. It doesn't really change frequencies and vibrations right away. It's a more indirect way of changing energy. And what it does, if you say, for example, affirmation, I am calm. It's, for example, one, I am calm. And you should, of course, use positive affirmations to make it stick better. I am calm, I am calm, I am calm. And when you do that over and over again, you start to believe in it, but you also start to be it. I am, and whatever you put behind it, you become. So yeah, it does do its thing. It's not quite the same as using sound, because sound is more direct. You're tapping into the source. So go ahead, if you have a yoga teacher that taught you that a mantra is a sentence or an affirmation, just do it. It doesn't really matter to me personally. It doesn't really fit in. Well, that's up to you. Yeah, you can use it that way. If you write affirmations, make them positive, like I said. Don't put any negative words in it. I don't want to, for example. That's nothing you should put in there. But I am is a very good one to start with. I am calm. I am present. I am focused. I am happy. I am happiness. I am well. Those things you can do. I have abundance. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, and it sits in your nervous system. And if you in addition do a transformational meditation techniques with that, it will help you to reprogram your nervous system, make new connections in your mind, in your brain, and make sure that you change a little bit of your personality to attract a new future. So absolutely possible, do it. I don't want to call it mantras personally. I would rather like to call it what it is, affirmations, but yeah, go ahead. I want to focus today on sound, mantras as sound. And the most well-known, I guess you guessed it already, is called Om. And some they call it Om, but it's not really Om. And don't say Om, but Om. And it consists of 3 letters basically. A, U, M. And more U and Om actually. And you put them together, or not together, you utter them after one another. And what actually you do is you open your mouth and you go ah, and then you close your mouth slowly. Then automatically the ah becomes oh, and then you close your mouth even more. You close it and it becomes mm. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. And what happens, how does it work with your body? Well, we have our 7 chakras. The ah sound vibrates with our lower chakras. So everything from the belly down in the belly, that is ah. And you will notice, and if you put attention on it and you utter ah, you will notice it vibrating here. Just try to feel that when we do that. Then we close our mouth slightly and the ah becomes ooh, and that is vibrating here in the upper part of our body. And then we go to and try to make that frequency in such a way with your mouth closed that you feel it vibrating in your skull. So you might notice it vibrating all around your nose and inside your skull as well. And there's an interesting thing there, because when we vibrate that part of a skull, above that part of the lower part of a skull, right between our ears and behind our eyes, there is our pineal gland, and it starts to vibrate as well. And our pineal gland is often called for the third eye, and it functions a bit as the third eye as well. It functions as an eye because it has crystals in it, and electromagnetic radiation and frequencies activate those crystals. So that those crystals start to vibrate, create a little energy pulses, and our pineal gland has nerves that go from the back of the pineal gland to the back of our brain, where our visual cortex is. So our vision gets affected by an activated pineal gland, therefore it's also called the third eye. Interesting things can happen there during meditation, and doing the mantra Om actually activates your pineal gland quite a bit, just by forcefully vibrating it. There are other techniques as well that you can do in addition to, for example, speed up your spinal fluid and give a little bit of pressure in the spinal fluid that also pressures against your pineal gland again. So there's several ways of doing this, but for right now I just want to focus on Om, on our mantra for today. So let's just practice, right? Let's just do it in 3 parts first, and then we go one right after another and do the whole mantra. So first just do ah. So open your mouth and ah. Just notice it vibrating in the lower part of your body. Ah. And just change it a bit, whatever you want. Just find that frequency and notice the vibration in the lower part of your body. It might be difficult, especially with this one. Just go ahead. So take a good breath in. Try to adjust the pitch so you notice where you feel that vibration in your belly the most. Just try it out yourself. Good. Now let's go for the closing our mouth a bit. So we go from ah, closing our mouth to ooh. Feel that vibration in your chest area. Ooh. Try it yourself. Wonderful. So that was 2, and now the third is So we go from ah, oh, and when you do notice the vibration in your skull. Really make it vibrate. Really go Try to adjust the pitch just so you find the right pitch. Not all skulls are the same, but make Notice it vibrate, especially behind your nose. That's this area here. Do it yourself. So that's what sound does. It vibrates, it balances, it puts things in order again, right? Just by those frequencies. That's just sound. It's not a word. It's not a word, it's a sound. It's actually 3 sounds combined. And just working on your chakras, on your energy center system that way. Okay, are you ready to combine everything? Yeah. And don't worry if it doesn't work out the first time. You shouldn't do it in parts. You shouldn't say ah, You should really go one direction and make it very long. So let's do this together, right? Take a good, nice deep inhale. Sit up straight, and then you go You get it? Okay, let's do it again. Good inhale. You can change the length of each. You can do a short ah, longer oo, or longer We do it one more time. Okay, let's go again all together. Good deep inhale, just fill those lungs with air. And there we go. Beautiful. Crazy, isn't it? Did you feel those frequencies? Did you feel those vibrations? And do you sense some other changes after doing this a couple of times? You can never go wrong by doing it 12 times or more. Just go ahead, do it for a couple of minutes, right after one another, and don't care about people looking at you like, oh, she's crazy, he's crazy, what a weird guy. Yeah, you know what it is for. It's for your best. It's for you. It balances those energy centers. Get everything in place and in line again. Okay, beautiful. And you can combine, now we did just chanting, right? But you can combine it with your meditation. We do our heart-brain coherence, where we focus on our heart and breathe through our heart. And just focus on your heart area. And then you do your own, and just go. You can start breathing and start focusing on your belly. And when you do your you just breathe out through there. Then you go up and breathe out through from your heart. And then you breathe out from your throat chakra and your third eye, just to take this area and breathe out. And feel those vibrations. And you breathe in again through your heart and breathe out through your belly, your heart, your whatever. Try it out what you want to do. You can combine it with several techniques. What works best for you. There's no wrong here. It's always good to experiment. It's always good to tell other people, if you have a meditation group, your experience with trying things out. You're always learning, you know. It's not always the meditation teacher that says, "Oh, it's only this way. That's the good way." We're all different, and you might have a different kind of than I have, because you vibrate differently. Your skull is maybe less thick than my skull, so you don't have to have that very low, but you can do it a little higher, for example. But you should always check for, does it vibrate? Do I feel it in my tummy? Do I feel it in my chest? Do I really feel it in my skull, in the bones of my skull when I do that? It's a very powerful one, isn't it? And very easily to notice when you vibrate your skull. Wonderful. Okay. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you want to start experimenting with chanting. There are a lot of other different sounds as well, so try to find them and try to try them out. What does work for you? This one is universal one. It's the sound of creation, as they call it. So wonderful. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Be safe, take good care, and hope to see you back next time. Namaste.